Okay, we live. Yay, we are. Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here, and God knows I have no clue why I'm here, beyond the fact that a long time ago, two people had a very irresponsible night, and I am paying for it for the rest of my life. As we all know. So, anyway, we're here with some, a new Aurapalooza, for lack of better words. This time featuring Koi, Oguna, Doujo, our favorite pipe fox Kanko, and Kodokushi, who I know that when people found out from the card game that he had a skin, they started losing their frickin' minds. I just wanted because I wanted something that looked a little better than his old model, to be honest. Which, again, props, this is actually very cool, but man, people were losing their minds. Am I kidding? Have you looked at his comment section in the past? The thirst was real, and dear lord. Anyway, so what we got for these four is just going to be some soul builds, and then a round of through the level 40 Hahakagami zone and level 40 Kappa zone. You know, just for funsies. We'll start here, of course, with our beautiful little mermaid Koi. And I don't know about everyone else in the world who got her first, but I know that people were losing their minds when they finally made it where her skin was available, at least in like North America and other global. People were losing it, which makes sense because she is a sweetheart and we love her. And honestly, this skin is beautiful. I love the sharkish looking tail, to be honest, fair. So in her case, because her main job is pretty much providing shields. No, you don't. Her entire situation is built towards that. At least I have. Sea Sprite is here for 3 reasons. 1, water creature. I'm stupid. Give me a break. 2, the fact that Sea Sprite gives you a shield on your first turn, which fits very nicely with her capabilities. And 3, she has an effect, and Sea Sprite does a beautiful effect hit, so it gets to do some extra work here. Don't you glare at me with them eyes. Strange cat. So, she, like the rest of these 5 here, is all in grade 5 zone, and they are fully skilled. So we have, of course, her beautiful shielding bonus here. And of course, her effect hit actually comes from being able to use her bubble cage. Which, while it does come with this 100% base chance, you gotta be able to get through with some effect resistances, or you don't. So that was the cat, not me. Somebody has decided she was to be extra chattery today, unless she gets to sit in my lap and be technically present in the video. Didn't you? So, of course, her effect hit is like 53%. Now, starting with this, we have this one beautiful Sea Sprite here, which the predominance is on boosting the crit, which some people will say, why would you do that? And the answer is, for some reason, crit seems to affect hit. I don't know if that's true of everybody, but I have seen a lot of instances where different attributes affect other things, like how effect hit seems to have some kind of effect on whether or not Yasha hits his multi-attack more often, which that was just a random thing, so I don't even know to this day if that was a glitch or not, or just something just weird, or if it actually is something that happens. But it seems like in some Shiki, altering their crit and or crit damage actually also helps their effect hit, which is strange and odd, but also makes sense, because if you think about it, you have a lot of different things that would probably all work together in situations. Anyway, so again, we have this beautiful crit soul up here. Am I rambling a little bit over? Don't you dare, you're not going anywhere. This one here for attack hit, so she can actually do some extra duty with slapping somebody. She's not just here as a shielder and crowd control. This beautiful defensive boosted soul. Don't you dare. And this HP soul, because her main job is, again, to shield her allies. So having her with a high HP and a high defense, or at least a decent defense, is critical to those effects. And of course, we have Namazu here, a 2-soul, with this beautiful little attack and effect resist booster, and this other one for HP, attack, and effect resist. Now, why did I put Namazu on here? Because I was actually insanely curious how this 2-piece passive effect would work with her. It actually works very nicely towards keeping her alive on the field longer. Stop it. So overall, this has actually been a very effective thing, and honestly, I'm kind of pleased with this experiment. Now, moving on to our siblings, Oguna and Doujo, we'll start with, I just like to also start off with saying, we have some hitting S-tier levels of skin designers, artists for skin design and modeling, because these are freaking gorgeous. And I mean, we had some good ones before too, because I mean, look at this thing on Kanko. This is amazing. This is literally the first skin I fought really hard to get enough tickets to get, because this just looks so cool. I mean, it literally looks like he's riding a rocket. Come on. But we'll start here with Oguna, who not only is he here to be the sacrifice to resurrect the dead, he's also using Fortune Cat to bring orbs to the party. And honestly, he is putting in work. He's fully skilled up, and this is what some people don't remember, is that he's not just a sacrificial victim, lamb, whichever you want to use. He also has an effect where he can use blind on your opponents. So he has a natural effect hit, and I did give him a smidge more because blind can actually be useful. He has, of course, his feather cloak, and can we just say we love translation errors here. And of course, we have Soul Offering, which is one of the reasons you need to have his HP pretty high, is because he will revive all his allies and restore their HP by 30% of his max HP. So taking his HP higher is a really good option. Tree Spirit doesn't work necessarily as well with him because he's literally just a one-time thing, but at least from my experiments it didn't. But I figured having him have high HP, high defense, so he stays on the field longer, so he can maximize how many people he brings back from the dead, was probably a good thing. He's a little bit faster, just a sprinkle of crit and crit damage, a little bit extra effect hit, like I said, so blind can do stuff in between, because he's got to be able to do something while we're waiting to have to sacrifice him. But he also has effect resistance, because nothing is worse than having your player preparing for your sacrifice, and you get knocked stupid. You know my pain. Now, of course, like I said, he's using Fortune Cat here, so he's also doing extra duty bringing in orbs. Defense, HP, orbs. He's basically here for the sacrifice, to bring orbs in the meantime, and to try to do a little bit of crowd control with blinding. And of course, to boost his defense even higher, we have these two beautiful Dawn Fairies, which includes this lovely effect resistor, because, yes, you don't like getting knocked stupid when you have to make a sacrifice. Overall, this is kind of fun. Now, there are lots of people who probably want to push his HP even higher, and there's no shame in that. I just also like his defense being high, so he stays on the field longer. But again, that's me. Now, next we move on to Doujo, who is such a little sweetheart. Now again, grade 5 like everyone else, fully skilled. She doesn't have an effect like her brother, but she can heal everybody in the process and has this ability where if her HP falls between 30%, she will heal herself and grant herself protection of fate, which is very effective. Now, her HP can stand to be higher, and I can understand people wanting to push that more. I pushed it a little bit. I gave her more defense, because you want a healer staying on the field for a long time, as long as possible. But I also boosted her speed so she can get those critical heals in. The fatal flaw of this is that it will mean she will try to heal on first turn, which may not actually do anything other than weakening her at first. So in that case, put her on manual first turn so she doesn't try to be fast enough for it. And then after that, you can just let her go full hog. Now, of course, Tree Spirit helps boost her healing even more. 20%, normally 50 if her HP gets below 20. So that actually works beautifully with her ability here with allowing for protection of fate. This actually works very nicely together, at least from what I've seen. Of course, the main focus, like I said, is on her HP, her defense, and of course her speed, because healer needs to get there quick. And of course, like her brother, just as a connection for that, I gave her Dawn Fairy for these little bits of attack and defense, so she stays on the field longer and can smack a bitch. Because we love getting to smack a bitch. Now, moving on, we'll go over here to Kodokushi. And Lord howdy, as I said before, people lost their minds. I've probably said at least once to friends, I don't know if I remember if I said it in this video. People started losing their minds when they found out that he had a skin, potentially, just from playing the card game version. People were losing their minds. I personally just want to see what it would look like. But man, is the thirst real some days. Lord. So, for him, because of his abilities, with his toxins and everything, and how his toxins do require an effect hit change, I've of course went for giving him as much effect hit as possible. Case in point, he has 116% extra. 35% of effect resistance, so he's not getting knocked completely stupid. A little bit of crit damage, a little bit of extra speed, some defense, some HP, but a lot more attack. Basically, he's here to put in some work himself, especially with Watcher, which increases his damage by 10% for each 15% of his HP he reduces while of an opponent's HP he reduces while attacking and dealing damage. Overall, this could actually really stack after a while. Not in the traditional sense, but oh lord, can it do some damage. But basically, he's here to play almost a DPS role, and of course, like I say, we have this beautiful Watcher with effect hit. And because I am some days an evil little troll, we also have Tsuchigumo here, which partly was here put for a joke, and the rest because I had this effect hits, and I couldn't resist using the Mark's abilities, passive effect abilities, into coupling with him, because honestly, it becomes a little bit of evil fun. And we know I love evil fun. If anything, this feels just a little bit, like I said, this is a little evil. Kind of like my seductress. My seductress, no wait, not seductress, my temptress, Shiranui in Duel. It's a little bit evil, but we love a little bit of evil. Let's see. Now we gotta go a little ways here to get to Kanko, who is literally our favorite pipe fox, who who is built with a basis of crit and attack, with a generous helping of everything else a little bit, except for effect tip, because he doesn't actually have an effect. So he's fully skilled, and believe me, I've actually been kind of concerned at first that this, because you know, some of these they only go like 1, 2, 3, or 4 levels. Then you have some that go up to 6, so you know. Basically, if you want to really take advantage of his ability to remove orbs, you want his crit to be higher. So that is why we have given him an extra 70%. And of course, because I love this soul, and to make sure he gets that chance, we have Scarlet. Not only for this beautiful crit soul, but because this counter-attacking. In all honesty, if you with him doing counter-attacking and everything, you're guaranteeing you're taking an orb. So we also have here some more attack, some more defense and crit damage, more attack, and of course to really hammer home with the crit, we also have with Zoa here, which is literally here because I had this, I needed more crit, and this was actually perfect, as well as providing attack. Now, am I expecting to see much out of this? We'll see. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, and now you believe you've gotten what you came for, you can feel free to click off, no problems, no harm, no foul. All I ask is you do the holy trifecta of YouTube down below, the like, comment, subscribe, you know, if you feel like it. If not, again, no shame, no foul. If you're going to stick around, like I said, we're going to do the level 40 Hahakagami zone, the level 40 Kappa zone, and see just what this does. Alright? Let's go. And there we go. There's Sea Sprite using its ability. And same A. I love that Tsuchiguma mark on there. Just take out those brooms. There we go. Fortune Cat doing its work, bringing us orbs. And Sea Sprite doing what it's here for, which is keeping us shielded, as well as giving our little koi fish her chance to bubble shield us all. Alright, level 3, let's go. And as soon as Sea Sprite breaks, Koi is bringing it on. I gotta love that just because of what's been going on, Doujo is not having to sacrifice anything for healing. There we go. And because there's like so much ore bringing, it's working out beautifully for everybody. Now we might get to see, yeah, Doujo might end up having to do her thing. Nope. Everyone just blew through that without Doujo having to do any healing. Awesome sauce. Alright, so that was that. We're going to hit the Kappa zone and see what happens, alright? I'll see you in a minute. Alright, and we are back with our Arapalooza, or at least a new version of it, with Koi, Oguna, Doujo, Kodokushi, and Kanko, and now going against the level 40 Kappas. Let's see what happens. At least Doujo is actually hitting people. That's great. I love that she seems to have some sense in the AI to not try to heal before anyone's injured. That certainly saves you on a problem. And of course, Sea Spirit doing its job of keeping everybody alive through the first turns until Koi can use her bubble shield. I don't know lie, this team is actually working kind of nicely together. I mean, it's a little slow, but hey. You got orb control, you got some crowd controlling, you got everybody getting to stay healthy. And of course, there's Namazu doing its thing now. Yep, there goes Oguna. And there's Scarlet. I mean, this is actually turning out nice. I love the victory dances, especially Kanko. He just rides that rocket around like, yeah. Alright, so on that note, I hope you had as much fun as I did. So I'm going to head off from here. If you made it to the end, please do the holy trifecta of YouTube with the like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. I don't know what we're going to do, but I do have plans to want to do something a little special. I'll see you then.